What's up, everybody? It's TheJerkDonny here, and we're back with another episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I believe we left off where we were chasing off the thug that was harassing my little sister Jovi. And yeah, I believed I was mentioning in the last episode how this is my favorite Pokemon game of all time. Which is true, so I'm going to show you some little hiding spots where you can find some items. For example, this guy gives you a potion. I find in Pokemon games, especially ones like this, like they'll usually near the end is where they'll make it like they'll try to crank up a difficulty. Not to say this is a difficult game because it definitely isn't, but I find collecting a lot of early game items really helps you in the game. So yeah, you try to go into the Krabby Club, and then there's this Dick who's like, "Oh, you're not tough enough to be here," so you have to battle him basically to gain entrance into the club. You only have two level 6 Pokemon. Yeah, I'll probably do that. If you notice, they're both only level 6, so like, yeah, they're not gonna pose too much of a threat. One thing I would like to mention though is like, when it comes to like Lotad and Seedot from Gen 3, they released two like co-grass Pokemon, which I believe is the only time. No, they did Cottony and what's this? First of all, Lipid in Gen 5. But yeah, I always liked Seedot better because A's tankier. A's Shift Tree looks amazing, well designed Pokemon, but like Pokemon like Ludicolo kind of look dumb to me, especially Lombre. If you see Lombre, it's supposed to resemble like a small child, but it's like, what? Doesn't look like a small child whatsoever. So anyways, when you come into this club, you can go behind this bar here. Bartender gives literally 0 shits. You just wallow yourself downstairs, and boom, there's a super potion here. Nice. I don't believe this club actually has any importance to like the story of the game at all, except that you can find the guys who saved you here. I wouldn't really talk to them because they'll just be like, "Oh, we're busy right now." Cliche Pokemon stuff. You can go behind the stage, talk to the people on stage. I like how just no one gives any craps, and then up here later on, you can talk to Krabbies, which is cool, but later on, I believe there's a battle CD right here. But you can't get that yet because we haven't got to the area where you get battle CDs. But yeah. So once you're finished with that, there's also the Mart there, and the Poke Center. Man, I just love the calming music of this map. It's very atmospheric. I can't even pronounce the word. Anyways, it's a good atmosphere. It's very chill. But anyways, this is where you meet Jovi's friend, Emily, and her mom. Her mom later on gives you, I don't remember what you complete for her. I believe it's after you save Pirate Town. She gives you like a soothing bell, or no, she doesn't give you a soothing bell, somebody else does. She gives you like an aluminum coin, or sorry, amulet coin, or something else that, or other held items that just give you small benefits. Anyways, when you go in here, this is where you're supposed to talk to find the park, but you'll find the sailor, and if you talk to him, he'll tell you a story of his favorite Pokemon, Eevee. And basically after this, he'll be like, "Oh, you're raising Eevee? It's a great coincidence. Choose one of these 5 items to evolve your Eevee." And I always pick the Sunshard, just because Espeon is my favorite. It's not only a fast, hard-hitting Pokemon, but it also has great utility because it can learn some good utility moves like Light Screen, Reflect, as well as just, it's always nice to have a fast Pokemon on your team. Because I believe it's one of the fastest in Gen 3. No, you're singing sucks, bruh. Oh yeah, you said something to me about me. It's bad. I have self-esteem issues. Eh? Also, I love how the sailors on their knuckles, one says good, and I believe the other one says bad. I love how TheJerkDonny looks in this game. But I'm gonna double team Wismer, just take it out. We don't need you here. Talking about the level design Pokemon, I think Wismer's underrated of how great design it is. The bunny, the jack plug on the back, how its eyes look like target symbols. Beautiful. It's rude, don't hurt my Eevee. So basically what the Sun Shard does, I should explain that. The other ones are just stones that you just give to Eevee immediately to evolve, but the Sun Shard and the Moon Shard, basically you need max happiness, which all Eevees have, and then you just need to level it up once and it'll evolve it. Otherwise you just need to level it up during the day or night, depending on which form, like day is Espeon, night is Umbreon. Thanks for the attract. Yeah, it gives you a shitty team and attract. I'm gonna save right here because last time I just beat this, it crashed. Let's look at the items, Pokeballs, potions and stuff, nice. Let's continue on. Yeah, I was just literally got past that part and it crashed. But this time it won't crash, which is awesome. So the guy you need to talk to, he'll make the bridge for you. And basically, if you want, you can completely skip the next part I'm about to do, but it's been in your better interest to do it. Because he basically fixed the bridge. Like, oh, you need parts? Oh, my grandpa's out of town. I'll come to you, talk to me if you need them. Blah, blah, blah. Those side rooms, I've checked them so many times, there's nothing special about them at all. But if you keep going, if you go all the way through before you make it to go towards that Pokeball over there, you can find this random old guy just standing here. Ah, welcome, youngster. No words to be spoken. No words need to be spoken. No questions need to be asked. We shall battle, yes? Good answer. Let's battle. And then this casual guy will actually have one of the shadow Pokemon you can catch in Ladybug. Now, funny story about this. Ladybug was the first shadow Pokemon I caught after TheJerkDonny, and for some reason I thought that I had to use it for the entire game. I might mention this the last one, but yeah, I went through the whole game with Ledian, which is the worst experience ever, because it has no physical presence whatsoever. It is absolutely garbage. Oh my god. But it can take special hits. Oh, I flinched it. Nice. TheJerkDonny, take our tail, please. Thank you. Now it's time to whittle down this ladybug. The awesome thing about this encounter is, let's just say I accidentally kill Ladybug here. The Pokemon doesn't flee. You get 3 chances to, not 3, you get to retry over and over again to face it in an attempt to catch it, which I think is nice. Yeah, Fever Pitch. It entered reverse mode. Oh no! So basically, whenever it's in reverse mode, I believe it does more damage, but it takes damage over time. But if you use Call on it, it will actually come to its senses, and then you see the meter dropped quite a bit more, which is nice because it helps you speed up the process of trying to purify it. Lick. No, Lick will probably do too much damage. Yeah, and then every so often it can learn like a new move, like it just did right there. Oh, I flinched it again. The also thing you can do with Call in this game is every time your Pokemon's asleep and you use Call, it will wake up, which is also awesome. Let's actually use Sand Attack with this, just so if for some reason I don't catch it right now, it can't hit me afterwards. Through Snag Ball. Kind of stuff's a ladybug. I'm probably not going to use ladybug, but I'm going to keep it with me because if you walk for so long, it does reduce basically anything that increases happiness, like winning battles, walking with your Pokemon will decrease the heart thing. So, step on this bridge, and it switches it. Voila. Now we can go grab that item, and we'll climb this tower. I'll show you inside here. I believe this gives 3 Pokeballs? Yes. Awesome. Most people take the elevator because it's quicker, but if you actually climb up the stairs, you'll actually find items along the way. Like there's a potion right here. I believe on the next floor there's items too. Sorry. Let's see what's here. Oh, it's just some random old lady. Which one of these floors has items then? This one does. You get 1 awakening. Which I just end up selling. It's because if I'm going to wake up a Pokemon, I'm just going to use the call function. Oh, there's some old guy here. No item. Useless. And at the very top here, well, this becomes more important for... Right here is like the final battle of the entire game. And as you can see in the distance, there's like a nice visual of the area down below. But if you talk to this lady, she'll want to battle you too. And she again has a shadow Pokemon. Again, funny story. So the shadow Pokemon she has is Poochyena, right? I, like Ladybug, thought, oh, I'll go through the whole game with Mightyena and Poochyena. So basically, all the Pokemon I caught right off the bat were the ones I went the entire game with. So I believe the other ones I did was Claydol and Houndoom. So that's a team, right? Houndoom, Claydol, Espeon, Ursaring, Mightyena, and frickin' Ledian. That's an all-star lineup right there. Never do that lineup, please. It is absolutely garbage. I remember battles would take me so long just because Mightyena and Ledian just did not keep up. Even though I love the design of Mightyena. I mean, early game was fine because when you get those early evolutions, but like, they did not hold up. Tackle! I love Eevee's tackle and animation. This Poochyena, I believe, has a low catch rate. I think I'll try to catch it now. Especially since he's doing a lot of damage to Eevee. Bite just in case I don't catch you. Snake ball. Hey, Poochyena was caught. You defeated the bodybuilder. I like that they were like, in this game, of every kind of trainer, there's a male and female. But the girl bodybuilder design looks so bad. I'm just gonna save quickly, because I'm so worried that the thing's gonna crash. Down you go. Now, when you head back out, we'll just have to jump on the one that turns it this way. And voila, everything's back to normal. And now we're gonna go talk to the guy in the gear shop, because he will give us the parts we need. I never understood the point of this animation. It's just like, oh, look, you got, like, it didn't look like it retrieved anything, you know what I mean? It like, it's like, oh, look at this cool animation we can do. That's pretty much what it looks like. Oh yeah, and he explained to him what happened to Crane, blah blah blah. He's like, oh, that sucks. Please still be a customer to us. Oh. He probably has some concern. I'm just being a dick. So let's head back to HQ. I think you get to lose Jovi now, which is awesome. Oh, I found more memos. I remember like one time I looked through the memos and actually read them all, and it's just basic shit like how to play the game. Before I forget, I'm gonna go heal my Pokemon. Let's see, I love you. Now we're gonna go in here, talk to your mom. Here's the parts. Show you side storyline no one gives a crap about. Then Jovi will take it down to the purifying chamber. Da-la-da-da. Yes, our age is getting lower. When it falls to 0, then you can purify it. There's a relic stone. Time to go to a gate village. Time to go purify my Pokemon. Yeah. So, in a gate village, there's a lot of small stuff you can do. There's a lot of like side trainers you can battle, which I strongly suggest you do because it knocks down your heart gauge faster. Like, I'm gonna battle this guy right here. Oh no, he doesn't want to battle right now. You can battle him occasionally, like some trainers you've already battled before, you can come back and battle them again. This way you can actually grind some levels. The grinding in this game is so much harder than most games. As you can see, there's already a Pokebox here. Ooh, a Pokeball. This is another chill place. If you talk to this guy, he'll battle you. He's one of the easier trainers to battle here because he has some fairly weak Pokemon like Wurmple and Cascoon and Silcoon. All those fun mods. He wants to be like one of the best trainers of all time, but then he has like, you know, garbage. Just absolute hot garbage. Nothing wrong with Wurmple though. I love the design of Wurmple just like I love the design of like Caterpie and Weedle. I think a lot of the bug Pokemon are really well designed. I'm not just saying that because my boy Penguin loves bug Pokemon, but like I will admit, like definitely the best, some of the best designed Pokemon. It's nothing like Ground and Rock type, which I think are the best designed Pokemon ever made. All of them. Don't poison me. I asked you to do one thing. I think it's fine. I'm really close to the Pokécenter. And besides, I believe this battle will be over the next 2 turns. Because you'll just send out like a Cascoon. I always thought they were just like always like this in spiky form, but I think in newer generations they're actually just like a ball and they got rid of the spikes for some reason. Which I was not a big fan of because I love the spikes on it. I also love how every time you attack the Pokemon, some of the trainers have actions like this guy just gets pissed off. Eevee's level 12. Eevee is evolving. Probably the lowest level Espeon you'll ever see in your life. Level 12. I think this is the earliest I've ever evolved my Espeon. Usually I fail to catch the Ladybug and the Mightyena the first few times. So now I heal my Pokemon. So now I don't have that annoying poison stuff going on. Let's take a look at Espeon stats. Oh, Teddiursa found an item. At least my special attack's good now. What item did you find? Great Ball. I just realized they just told me the nature of my Teddiursa and it's timid. Which is basically attack for speed. So I guess at least it's a faster one than normal, but it'll battle you. But like, the reduced attack. A 0. Just little baby Pokemon. I remember this battle being annoying because like, when I first did this I was trying to train up my Lydian and Mightyena. Because if you notice, like, Teddiursa hasn't been getting, like, any experience. It's because it does collect it all at the end when you purify it. So don't worry about that. But, it stays at that level that you caught at until it's until you get rid of the shadow of it. But I remember when I versed this trainer, because all these baby Pokemon know Charm, right? They would Charm, like, my 2 shadow Pokemon, so they did, like, no damage. And I remember the battle taking, like, so long. The entire time I was just like so mad. Let's bite. Let's bite. Let's get rid of it. Oh god, that leg though. Gonna call Teddiursa. Yeah. Oh happy. Boom. No! See, like this. Oh, at least he did it on... At least he did it on my special attacker, so it doesn't matter. Ooh, I learned Metal Claw. So Metal Claw being... Like, I like what they did, because they gave a lot of these Pokemon moves that they wouldn't normally get, like, leveling up. So you got some cool combinations. So, like, the fact that they gave Teddiursa Metal Claw, I like, because during the early game, it's a good, like, utility move for hitting rock types that you can't normally hit with any other move. Until, of course, you teach it, like, a fighting move or a ground move, which is generally better, but for an early game move, it's pretty decent. I need to learn more. Thank you. Let's get this Pokemon. Fuck. Let's get this Pokeball. Ether. So what Ether does is it ups your PP. It's like in here is a little daycare that you can't use right now. Not until later. He comes this guy every day. I'll give you a berry that Taylor brings. I love Taylor. Gale's the best designed bird Pokemon. Fight me if you disagree. Like, you can see there's a little Pokeball there. I remember, like, I accidentally stumbled upon it. So I'm like, I wonder how you get there. And then I went behind here and I was like, oh, you just go down here. 3 potions, awesome. And if you talk to this little old lady, she'll battle you. She has a Poochyena, as you saw there, and she also has... I don't fucking remember. Oh, Nincada. You don't know what Nincada's Pokedex entry says? He's the freaking trainee Pokemon. As in, he's a training to be a ninja. It's like, what? I guess it's kind of clever, but... personally, like, I would have called it the... because it's ground and bug type, which is kind of cool because there's not really too many of that, except, like, I think the ones I can think of is, like, Wormadam. That's pretty much it. Is there another ground bug type? If there is, please let me know, because I can't think of it off the top of my head. That was a quick little battle. This battle is a little bit more important than all the other ones here, just because she gives you a TM. She gives you, I believe, Bullet Seed? Yeah. Which is a cool move you can give to some other Pokemon later on. It's a good early game move. Here's the mark. Oh yeah, another fun fact. You can't buy Pokeballs right now. I believe this guy will battle you too. Yes, he will. Funny old man. I always thought that was a really weird name they just gave. It's like some of the trainers. It is Oddish and Machamp. This is where I wish I knew Confusion, because I would just rip these Pokemon apart. Let's bite Oddish and call Teddiursa. As you can see, Teddiursa is almost done, which is awesome because closer you, because we're almost to the part where I can purify it yet. Which I'll probably do this episode. I'll make this episode a little longer since the last one was really short. And besides, I might as well do that because otherwise I don't want to leave an episode, make this just an episode just like not really accomplishing anything. Spite Oddish, Shadow Blitz Machamp. Bye Oddish. Fun fact, I've caught 2 shiny Oddishes in back-to-back placers of Oras. And every time it'd be like the second or first like Oddish I'd run into on like the way to Modville City. And every time I just got mad, I'm just like, can you just get catch a shiny anything else? Because I love Vileplume, but like Blossom, like, was it really necessary? It was only good in Gen 2, and that's it. Like, Monograss typing is terrible typing. I think that in Gen 8 they should balance out the typings. I don't know what you guys think, but I think for sure that they need to balance out Ice and Grass, make them a bit more defensive. So there's this little cave here. This cave is actually fairly significant. Not only gives you cool items like Super Potion, I believe this is a Burn Heal. No, Pokeball, my bad. But if you talk to this old lady, she has tutor moves. In the beginning, she only has like Seismic Toss, Thunder Wave, and Mimic, which is Thunder Wave. We all know that Yellow Color is the most broken move in the game. Also, I should also mention that you can't teach TM moves to Shadow Pokemon yet. But yeah, the Yellow Color is the most broken move in the game. Always remember that. But later, like, when you get further into the game, she gives you more and more moves, and this is where people got their exploding Snorlax. But anyways, when you go down here, there's one more trainer to face before we'll continue on with the story. There's this guy who keeps getting lost. It's funny, every time you come to the city after you battle him, he'll get lost somewhere else. He'll be looking off in some other direction, and you can keep battling him, and every time you beat him, he cries. So I guess if you like to make people cry, this is definitely the place to be. Also another trainer that just straight up loses to SP unless it do Confusion, which I don't know yet. I believe it gets to that level 16? Which I'm not even close to yet. Doesn't anybody else feel like Tyrogue is kind of a pointless Pokemon? Like, it's cool that if you Well, it's actually more annoying, I think. I understand what they're trying to do with the concept, which is basically Taruga has higher attack than defense, it turns into Hitmonlee. If it has higher defense than attack, it turns into Hitmonchan, and if it's equal, it turns into the top. Which I kind of disagree with. If it's equal, it should turn into Chan, in my opinion. If it's, lost my train of thought there. Yeah, if it's more attack, Hitmonlee is the heaviest hitter of all of them. Hitmonlee top's the most defensive because of its ability Intimidate and its general decent bulk and actually fighting type being good and bulky. And then Chan's kind of like middle of the road. It's a good special defensive Pokemon with like good physical presence, as you've probably seen in my PU videos. But yeah, Span's level 13. Ooh, moving up in the world, yay! Man, thank God they buffed this attack. The only thing I didn't like is that they buffed this attack, and then they're just like, nah, Zubat doesn't learn that at early levels, early in the game. I guess it'd be kind of broken giving a decent Pokemon. Like, Zubat is actually pretty good. Like, in lower tiers, like in Build Cup it's good, Goldbat's amazing, and RU and Crobat is probably like the best defogger in UU. And, yeah, so it'd be kind of broken if they gave it a healing move that's a physical attack early in the game. Oh, Terraces can now be purified. Awesome. But it doesn't mean I didn't want them to lose the move entirely, because I would still use it in like in-game, not competitively, but in-game I'd use it. But no, they gave it Absorb, which is kind of dumb. So this big house right here with a giant tree on it. You go in here. You talk to this old lady. She'd be like, "Oh, are you Donny? Are you looking for Yuga?" He just runs there and he's like, "Oh, I'm here." Now, I have a theory about this guy. I'll explain to you when we get to the battle of it, but basically, like, he's an old man, right? I'll explain more when we get to there, because I guess I'll explain the event part of it. They added an event to Pokemon XD if you pre-ordered it, as well as it's the same thing as Coliseum, where you can get like Celebi. Or is that just in Coliseum? I'm confused. I think it was this one. It makes more sense if it was in this one. So if you pre-ordered XD Gale of Darkness, they would give you a bonus disc that gave you Celebi. And Celebi's like connected to like the Relic Stone. Now I'm starting to think it's Coliseum, but anyways, the guy's in both games. So the lore behind him is, if you notice, I didn't go this way because this guy blocked it off. But he's like, "Oh, you can't pass." But now he's like, "Oh, you're not. You can go through the cave. Sweet." So I go through here. Battle each trainer. You don't actually have to battle each trainer, but I always do because XP is XP. But yeah. Anyways, get back on. Celebi is basically linked with time travel, right? And my whole theory is with Eagun, or whatever his name is, it's not actually his real name. That's just like his alias name or whatever. And he's actually a trainer from the past that's been brought to the future. Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with a lot of theories with Pokemon, which is basically that Pokemon, basically the theory is every time you start a new game of Pokemon, you're opening an alternate universe of Pokemon. Because people are like, "Oh, why can't Red be in this game and this game at the same time?" Oh my god, the lag. Don't crash. Sorry about the lag, Jesus. I'm gonna definitely save after this just in case it crashes, because that'd be super sad. But yeah, it's basically the theory that like Pokemon, like you can definitely time travel, like Pokemon. Like I think what game introduced like Gen 6? Yes. Basically, like you can have different, like the evil. I can't remember his name, but it's Team Flare's evil boss. I can never remember his name. He's one of my. He's definitely like one of the best evil bosses. But basically, like there's all these alternate universes, and he's basically trying to destroy the world in each alternate universe. Is one of the things. And to go along with that series, there's evidence of time travel because there's like wormholes and all that they showed in Sun and Moon. So I believe that Eagun, or whatever his name is a time traveler gone back in time to help out in the Oran region, which is, I believe, on the map of Pokemon. If you look at like Birdkeeper Toby's page, which I highly suggest, he's an amazing PokeTuber. The Oran region is fairly close to Kanto. So basically what I'm getting at is I believe that Eagun is Red, or Ash Ketchum, or whatever you want to call him, gone back in time. And the reason I believe this is solely based on that he has a Pikachu to battle, and just one Pikachu. Which, every time I battle it, he always takes out my Teddiursa in like one hit, and I get mad. I'm like, why do you have like one of the strongest Pikachus ever? Which also leads me to believe that like he is just Red or Ash, just because he has the super strong Pikachu, and then when you battle him, because like you battle him again when you beat the game, and he only has Pichus, Pikachus, and Raichus, which I found very interesting. So they could have just been like, oh, we have to get the mascot in here somewhere, but I believe there's more lore to this, especially with Celebi being the time travel Pokemon. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. I might do a video on that. We'll see. It's an interesting theory. Now, talk to this old lady. Yes, I'd like to battle you. I'm eager to help out. Like, her name's Lady. Well, it was really old-fashioned. It's like, oh, what should we name our kid? Oh, I'll just call her Lady. She's a lady. It's like calling your cat Cat. Actually, my biggest gripe is no one should ever name their cat Paul. Like, that's a human name. Like, I get there's like a whole joke about that because of like Family Guy, but like never name your fucking cat Paul. It's a shitty name for a cat. That's also a shitty name for a human being except Paul Heyman. Don't like the name Paul. As you can probably tell. Slugma die, ah. You know what another thing that threw me off was is I always believed that Skarmory, Slugma, and Marty Cargo were Gen 3 Pokemon. Because like when I played through, it was the first game I ever owned was Pokemon Crystal. And I played through that. But I've never gone to like, I've never done the Mount Silver thing where I battled Red. I did in Soul Silver like a long time ago. That was epic, but I never did the whole thing in Mount Silver where you can catch like Larvatars and you can catch here's where you get the burn hills. You can catch that's where you can find Slugma and Skarmory. So I never found them there, so when I went to, okay, I'm definitely saying after that. I keep saying that, but I'm definitely doing that because I don't want it to crash. Went this far in. That's where you find those Pokemon in that generation. They're actually part of that generation's game, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Just like how I accidentally stumbled upon a Dunsparce early on in the game. Like I remember I was playing through Crystal, and I was dicking around in the Dark Cave. And when I was dicking around in the Dark Cave, I'm like, because like I think I was training up water. I think I was training up my Poliwag. You can catch Poliwag at night, early in Crystal, and there's Geodudes in the Dark Cave, so Bubble one-shots them. So I'm like, okay, I'll just use that just to go through that game, right? Just so I can level it up for the gym, because Bellsprout is all just grass Pokemon and like the extremely tanky fucking Hoothoot. Like Hoothoot's a monster early game. That's why I always used to catch him. But anyways, when I was going through the Dark Cave, I randomly came across a Dunsparce, which is really rare. All of a sudden, like normal snake, I'm like, what the fuck is this thing? I thought it was like the stupidest design Pokemon. I still do. I still don't like that Pokemon to this day. But you've noticed, if you've gone through any of my videos in the past, Dunsparce is everywhere. Just because my friends love that Pokemon, and sometimes I think they overly like it to despite me, but it is a derpy Pokemon that's getting a lot of love. But I caught a Dunsparce And I remember I hated using it just because it knew, like, I think early on it knows, like, Rage and, like, Leer, and that's it. I'm just like, fuck this. And Rap, and I'm just like, like, screw trading this thing up. I'm just gonna stick with the Pokemon I have. But yeah, that's when I discovered Dunsparce, which just kind of reminded me of, like, the whole Slugma thing. Anyways, this guy gives you a case, for clone case. For some reason you don't have your Pokemon already, you can go and buy, like, these scents, but I strongly suggest you don't, because, oh, I did save. I'm doing it again. I strongly suggest you buy the cologne case. I'm not buy. I strongly suggest you don't buy scents, because, like, they're really expensive and they don't heal that much. It's easier just to go battle, and the experience you're gonna need later anyways, because the final boss is tough. So yeah, Miss Trainer Eagun. I think there's also hints in his dialogue. I'd have to break it down that he was somebody like a great trainer from the past, which also leads me to believe he was red. I think they even mentioned champion, but yeah, it's just like a really weak Pikachu. But like I remember it like Thundershot my oh no, I know it's Thunderbolt. Yeah, so like this is what I believe it's. And usually, because like usually my Teddiursa is like a low health, because Teddiursa just eats all the hits, but like not this time through, which is nice. But usually Pikachu one-shots my Teddiursa, and then I'm just sad. I've actually once been defeated by him because I got caught off guard by the Thunderbolt, because I usually don't go back and heal. But yeah, he is like Pikachu does not learn Thunderbolt that early. If it did, I would use Pikachu more often. Use the Relic Stone! To the Relic Stone! Yay! And then you do it. Let's open young Teddiursa's heart. Oh, I love the distorted sound. Beautiful. Why is it doing that? It learns Return, which is freaking badass, because I don't want to use a TM Return on it, which is like the strongest normal attack move if you get to max happiness. And it learns Refresh, which is awesome. So like if you get staticked, or parried, or burnt, you can refresh it off, which basically removes it. So I think I used to get rid of it all the time, but I think I'm going to keep it. Fury Swipes. Yes. Get that lick out of here. I believe Fury Swipes and Return are about the same power. Oh god, the distortion on that. Yes, I'm gonna nickname it. Gonna nickname it after an old high school friend. It's pretty ambiguous too. People who know will get it. Nobody else will get it. I have to find the name raider so I can rename my Espeon. Oh yay! You did it! Yay! You purified one of the evil Pokemon. Oh yeah, you got abducted, yeah! So yeah, now the Vander is who I have to go talk to in battle. But let's do that in the next episode, because that basically leads into where we meet up with like the evil villains. So yeah, we'll save it here. But basically, yeah, the next part is where we'll start going through. I think the next episode's gonna be a pretty long one too, because I have to go through the 3 battles at Mount Battle, and then I'm gonna go through the entire fucking lab in one go and face off against the boss. Which will be exciting for all y'all to see. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do this one every other day. Maybe mix in, maybe do a Nuzlocke one day, this the other day. We'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks as always for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.